Hello, guys, again. It just goes to show that if you really don't want to be heard in a message that is so powerful, does not want to be heard, they will shut you down because of the light that you're casting off. And back to what I was saying, and I'm back on a place to heal. So if you guys could share out again, it doesn't matter if you do or not, because I want to finish what I have to say because this has been on my chest. Because if you were just on the feed just now, I said a lot of you are going to be like Tony Robbins. You're going to be like a Bentinho Massaro. You're going to be like an Abraham Hicks. Do you think a second that those people just didn't follow their own resonance? They didn't follow their own guidelines. They followed their own set of rules. They went their own way. And some of you got to go your own way. Some of you just have to do it. And there's no way around it. There's just absolutely no way around you not going your own way. And if you got to rewatch the first part of this video, it got broken up into bits. So you cannot stop the message. The message is meant to be heard. The truth is supposed to be out. And I'm sorry, you have to give it out all on the table. You have to really just simplify it and say it in terms kind of like Master Code does. Master Code is quite simple. If you got to break it down and make it simple, make it simple. This message is not going to be stopped. The darkness does not want to hear this message. We are literally killing entities as we walk throughout the day. You don't realize what God is doing for you supernaturally throughout the day. As you're walking, you are a beacon of light. You are protected. And every time you talk about something like that, people always misconstrue it and think that you're talking about that said darkness. Well, I'm here to tell you that some of you went from the darkness to the light, and now you're embodying more of the light, and you know you don't want the darkness. It just is what it is. Even though it brought us to the light, it brought us to the light. But what I was saying basically is that you have to want to be rebuked. You have to want to try, to strive, to honor yourself in your own journey because that's honorable. I watched a movie last night. It was the first night. The king had a lot of power. He wanted to marry this woman from a village. But who really loved her? Lancelot loved her because he saved her twice. He strived. He helped her. He saved her life twice. The king didn't go after her because if he really loved her, he would have gone after her, but he let the gates of his castle open. And that's what some of you are doing. Some of you are leaving the gates of your own castle open. And if you've never seen the movie The First Night, you need to see it. It's very spiritual. Some of you are letting the gates of your castle open. And you need to go on your own path, rather you live or die. Rather you live or die. You should go your own path. Because it's either you define the moment or the moment defines you. And when the moment defines you, then what are you left with? Because when the moment defines you, you have been defined. And when you have been defined, you are not source because source is indescribable, source is ingraspable. Source is infinite in its expressions, in its metaphors, in its hyperboles, in its infinite descriptions. You get the point. You can't stop the spiritual journey. You can't stop your growth. You can't stump your growth spiritually. It will bite you in the ass. You can't stump your own spiritual growth. You can't do it. You just can't. It doesn't work that way. Sorry, I need something to drink. And I appreciate all of you who have came back onto the feed. And I just want to put a protection grid over everybody. That's for the haters. And I got something else for the haters too. I just wanted to do this. Yeah, I got something else for the haters. You see this? Yeah, this is for the haters, okay? Yeah, see that? That's for the haters. They don't want the sage. It kind of blinds them like the light, like the sun being in their eyes like a vampire. They don't want to see it. That's for the haters. Okay. But you get my point. But really, what you need to do is have your own journey, have your own specific journey. What resonates for you, what you vibrate as, is what you say you are. You are not your psychology, but you are just what you say you are. You just are what you are. And you are a source in human form. And we are the first knight. We are the knights at the round table. Okay? We truly are. We are the knights at the round table. The intergalactic council are still waiting for some of you. Ra are still waiting for some of you. Even masters will connect with you. Even masters who are big time will connect with you. You just have to be open to it. But stop judging people. Stop acting like you're entitled because you leveled up. But just accept it as sort of like grace. And please share out to all the groups. This is White Wolf. I think I babbled on enough, but let's do some healing. Let's do some energy work. Okay? I'm going to do Stupid Mudra energy. Annehaya, oinya, hina, hasahaya, annehaya, onnehaya, opnehaya, appahaya, shidbihaya, ammahaya, onnekoya, oshaya, annehaya, shimihaya, ammahaya, oshetemmahaya, haya, dimataya, appatoya, shipahaya, annahaya, shitipamakaya, annemeya, haya, Simikaya haya ishipon mataya otetem makaya otenem manaya ho. Step out. Step outside of your box in this moment. See yourself standing in your fullest authority, standing in the light of the oracle. The oracle has many forms. It has light, it has wisdom, it has grace, it has freedom, it has ever changing knowledge. Things that you don't even understand yet, but that is you. That is what you vibrate as. That is what you do on a day to day, moment to moment basis. That is the work that you put in as a light worker and only wanting the light. But we need to commend the Ashgar command of healing, of blessing. We need to develop our own counsel. We need to develop our own wisdom, our own grace, our own change, our own vibratory state that is the source of all things. but emulate that singular light that is who you are, that is grace, that is wisdom, that is knowledge, that is an effortless strength that you have about yourself that never stops for no one, for no time, for no circumstance, for no hours of sleep that you didn't get, but that you just have that infinite strength of source within you. And that you got to realize that the world is yours if you want it to be. Heaven on earth is what you want it to be. You just got to want it. You got to desire it. You got to have fire for it. Fire is going to burn us. And we got to realize that fire is going to burn us. But the light is different. The light shines on us, but it doesn't burn us. I'm moving my feet back and forth just to circulate the energy. But don't stop trying. But don't make it an exhausted trying, because that makes us want to quit. That gives us resistance. But just try because you know it's your desire. Some of you need to encompass that bark. Some of you need to encompass that lion's roar and have a lion's heart. Some of you've had the cat's purr, but some of you needs the lion's roar. Take another deep breath, dear beloveds. And in this moment, I want you to visualize what you look like in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years. Because it's coming. Everything that we've been waiting for patiently is coming. It's coming. I told Morningstar this earlier. It's coming. It's coming soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. But just have faith, have patience, and obtain grace. But I appreciate the time that we spent here today together in this collaborative healing, and the fact that we were together and that we were working together, and that we essentially are not necessarily in the same boat. Some of us have yachts, some of us have canoes, some of us are on a cruise. But we just need to help whoever needs our help and learn from whoever we need to learn from, and to not absorb, but to observe and learn from the other individuated creators. And when I snap my fingers, you will come back to, you have a greater sense of clarity. You will conquer the world, and you will become more and more magical as your own individuation. Thank you all, and you have a good one.